right, call the meeting to order, do a roll call.
Mahon, Desart, Eckhoff,
Here.
Garcia,
Here.
Krajewski,
Here.
Rutledge.
Here.
All right, do we have anybody sign for public comment?
No public comment.
Chair's report. I know Cindy's, was down at the college football championship, walked Rudy Notre Dame on, but she's flying back, later today, so she won't be here. And then Dawn texted me this morning. She was on her way here, but I think she was somewhere else this morning, so she won't be for our meeting.
But you have to give her
Oh,
condolences.
her other job.
Yeah.
So, sorry.
Oh.
I've been going to a Big Ten school.
Yeah, Carrie's probably on the flight right behind her too. So She's also down there. Other things on the chairman's report, our gala is now, all set, it's kicked off. Tickets are live. The event is August or April 25th at the Lyle Sheridan. Karen Romano, one of the former board members, and Deanna Wilkins, who's on the board, and Jennifer Martin, who's on the board, are co-chairing the event. Jeremy, Laura, and I are kind of at the top being reported to. We sold the first sponsor, and I think a few tickets have been sold already. So we've spread the word out. We have Jillian Boyles, the kind of foundation, helping with the stuff and staff. And you guys have anybody you'd like her to reach out to, just give her a name. She'll probably be reaching out to you also. Nick's here and Tim's here, but maybe I'll have them just address real quick on our chairman's report. Got a little cold issue over at the animal building. Maybe you can
Absolutely.
let the board members know.
So during the extreme cold, noticed that they could not heat it properly, so they've had to use little space heaters. Well,
Little, big.
big space heaters, so a number of them, but you're gonna have the same problem when it gets too hot in there, of cooling, because the original design by the architects appeared to maybe be undersized. So we're working through that, and we are going to remedy that. And we'll have an answer hopefully within the next couple of weeks, but then we will pursue it accordingly.
Have they, so there is some new HVAC
Oh,
installed
yeah,
or all?
it's, when you install a new HVAC, there's a whole analysis you do to size it properly, and at all appearances appears it's been undersized, but it'll be remedied.
Alright.
I would think both of the design, and then I would think the general contractor who installs it should know that design is not big enough
Yeah,
to
your
support
HVAC guy should know that.
building that size, but okay, they're on top of it, so we'll get that addressed. But we have little space heaters, big space heaters. So, but, okay, moving on to approval of our minutes. You know what, go back to chairman's report, maybe we should introduce our vet.
Do that.
Well, so, this is the new vet, Kristen.
Hi,
Um,
yes, Kristen.
Hello.
Nice to meet you all. Thank you.
Excited to have you.
Thank you. I'm excited to be here.
And, so move on to our minutes, approve our minutes of November 19th.
So moved. Second.
Any questions, comments, additions, changes? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. Move on to procurement request. We have a motion for 250320.
So moved. Second.
Questions, comments on this one? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. I get a motion for ASP 002-25.
So moved. Second.
Any questions, comments on this one? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And if I can get a motion for 250217.
So moved. Second.
Any questions,
Chime in
comments?
anytime, Grant.
All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries.
Myself, so.
Move on. If I get a motion for 250219.
So moved. Second.
Any questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And if I get a motion for ASR 001-25.
So moved. Second.
Any questions or comments?
Getting tired here.
All in
right?
favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed?
Long
Motion carries.
Well,
Chip her up.
Move on to our grants. If I get a motion for FIR 0020-25.
So moved.
That's it.
All right. Any questions? Is it for the interest? Is this like, what, 1 month? Is this, do you know what that is?
No, it's from all of last year.
All of last year?
Yeah, but that's a different, you're not, this is the unrestricted grant that they normally do like $50,000 each
So it wasn't a
year.
huge
It's
amount.
not our, it wasn't a huge amount.
So, okay, so this is the 50,000 that's
It's
on.
not the, what we have sitting for the capital. right?
Okay, so it's in, we gotta track it in
makes
different
sense.
pots and then that's
We
the
track it in
interest.
different, yep,
And
different
that's for the
buckets
whole
there.
year. Okay. Hey, all in favor?
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And our finance resolution, need a motion for FIR 0012-25.
So moved. Second.
Questions, comments on this one? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Any opposed? Motion carries. And last, I get a motion for FIR 0013-25.
So moved. Second.
Questions, comments? All in favor, say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Move on to our administrative update. Laura?
Yeah, so I'm excited to have Dr. Kristen joining us full-time. She was kind enough to offer some relief during those couple of months while we were seeking a new veterinarian. I also want to thank Dr. Susan Brown, who stepped in as our interim deputy administrator veterinarian in that time. But Dr. Kristen, if you want to give a brief and short history of kind of your background.
Sure. I graduated from Iowa State Vet Med. And then I've been working at shelters ever since graduation. So shelter medicine and spay neuter is definitely my passion. So I was the medical director most recently at Hinsdale Humane Society, and then transitioned over to DuPage. But I really enjoyed working my relief shifts and getting to know everyone, and Laura's really created a great team. So I really felt the need that I could slip right into that position. So
Look at the smile on your face, too.
I'm excited to
Those
be
in the
on,
back row.
so.
We're excited to have you, as I said.
Thank you. Feel free to reach out
I'm
with
sure
any
Lauren's
questions.
very
or-
excited.
Yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
I have lots
Sure.
of questions.
Okay,
Oh,
got it.
geez.
I'm sure you can hunt down my email and send me things at a
Cats,
time.
got something to do with
Like
cats.
cats. Do you need more
adore
cats?
I adore cats, so.
Congratulations so far.
And I will share too that Dr. Kristen and I have been talking a lot about the bird flu and what we should be watching for. You know, of course, we happened to get some waterfowl in shortly after it was announced that it had come into Illinois. So and we're also working with Dr. Brown. And in tandem with that, also kind of keeping an eye on our cat population as those cats are coming in from outdoors. Dr. Kristen's been working on finding out, you know, where do we need to get testing? When do we need to be kind of protecting our staff who's handling those
Is it a
animals? So-
blood test?
It's a nasal swab right now, an oral nasal swab, so, and there are some pretty specific signs to watch out for. Unfortunately, those signs also kind of correlate with other diseases too, but they're all things that we would potentially be isolating for already. But it's just kind of training the staff what to watch for on intake, and then being safe and careful. And the good news is it's not a very hardy virus, so if it does get in the building, it's not like a parvovirus, which takes a lot to get rid of in an environment. It's a pretty weak virus to kill in the environment. So we're lucky there, but we're just being really cautious and making sure we're watching out.
Cold weather would kill it.
I'm very
Yeah.
hopeful.
That would be nice,
Good
right?
today, then.
Definitely.
Yeah. And we've done a little bit of communication to our veterinary partners. We put some stuff out on social media and in our e-newsletter, just reiterating some of the information that's already being put out there. There are other health organizations, you know, encouraging the public not to handle, you know, birds outside, report deaths in groups of 5 or larger, just so they can investigate. So we have been putting information out on that.
They're supposed to call you, think you see that, or?
No, IDNR
Oh, I
is
see.
handling that, yeah. It's also, we're gonna start seeing more coyotes out. We're already getting those phone calls though. Yes,
Oh.
with mating season, so we'll be putting out some more information through our different communication channels, just letting residents know how to just look out for your little dogs when they're out in the backyard and not to be alarmed, learning hazing techniques if they're getting a little too close for comfort. And on the animal front, we are finally under 100 animals in our care, which is a beautiful thing. Usually cats are our highest population, which is why I was wondering if Grant needed more cats. But they would object. We've still been trying to maintain a lower population of animals, especially dogs right now through this like home stretch of our construction project, because we are down a couple kennel rooms that were impacted by the renovation that started during the holidays. We're still on track, from my understanding, to be substantially complete by the end of February. I know that that electrical switching gear that we've been waiting for came in. We are planning for some power shutdowns to do that switch over. We're probably going to have 2 power shutdowns that we'll be coordinating. Our facilities team has been phenomenal in not only addressing some of the hiccups with design or just, you know, keeping me informed. So, you know, I don't know what I don't know in terms of this is this is what we need to do from an operational perspective to keep things moving forward. So we did a full IT switchover yesterday during the holiday, which went really smooth. Everybody's very excited for it to be over and open back up to the public. I'm sure Dr. Kristen is excited to get out of the teeny tiny closet that we've put her and our vet tech in to do surgery. But they've really adapted well, and we're still plugging away with operationally. So we're in the process of doing our final data cleanup of all of our intake numbers and outcome numbers. So I'll have live release rate numbers published here shortly publicly, and I'll share them again with you guys at our February meeting. I expect them to still be very high, but we'll have the official numbers here in the next week. And as we mentioned, we have a gala coming up April 25th. And so if you guys have any contacts that you would like either Jillian or myself to accompany you guys and either recruiting people for sponsorships or selling tickets for tables, we're happy to assist with all of that. So any questions?
Yeah, move on to old business. I just had a couple things. One, I know we did 2 of the pet population, and they're based on last year. Have we seen a rise in that pet population fund using for spay neuters?
It's been pretty steady over the years. We
using the full allotment
oh yeah, we use, and then some.
and then some, okay.
Yeah,
So
yeah.
we're privately, or we're funding it with.
We're funding a lot of it. Just as a refresher, so we fund the free spay neuter, vaccines, microchipping, blood work, fecals for cats and dogs, resident of DuPage County, and you have to be on SNAP. Where we fund that 100%, most other counties are offering like a $10 coupon, a $20 coupon. We are definitely spending a fair amount of our own budget on that. On top, and some counties are just spending it on their own, like some places spend it on their own animals, because technically we could use all that money for our shelter animals. But in the spirit of trying to reduce the unwanted pet population with, especially when it comes to cats, we've taken the position of trying to fund as much as we can. We did have to put a slight pause as we were approaching our fiscal year end because we were definitely over. But I will say that we don't even really promote it a whole lot. There's a lot of word of mouth, and then our veterinary partners that participate in the program do a lot of promotion of it. So
Needed service, so.
yeah, no, thank you. We agree.
And then-
Said anything about your heated paws.
Exactly.
And then the next item, maybe we can put on our long range or plans or sometime this next year to probably getting together with the local police departments to try to educate them on stuff. I know we had the issue with Westmont.
Oh.
Now, last weekend, I was on the phone, it was Sunday morning, and I was on the phone with somebody and they tell me that on their ring doorbell, there was a deer that had fallen through the ice that was stuck in this retention pond. And it's like, oh, I'm sure it's taken care of now. So I'm like, I'm near there, I'm driving by there. So I went by and sure enough, yeah, there's a deer, he's stuck on there. So I called DuPage and there, I was trying to get the Woodridge Lyle fire chief. And I go, we can't do that. I'm like, well, I don't have his number handy. So I called one of the board members of the fire board. So he was taking care of that. Then the Woodridge Community Service Officer pulls up. And so I'm like, and you just need to call they're out there. And he goes, oh, we don't do that. We call animal services and have them take care of it, the county. I go, well, I chair that committee. I guarantee you, we don't go save deer in the middle of ice. At the same time, 2 ComEd trucks were pulled up there. The guy knew the Illinois Conservation. So he pulled up right away too. So the Illinois Conservation out there, they got the deer there. But clearly the Woodridge, that was not with that guy. He had no clue on what they even do. And, we had the Westmont issue with the dog that we told not to bring to us to get medical help, and they just leave it in a cage in the back there.
So I'm glad you brought that up. So in 2023, we did host field services training for our police departments. We didn't, with the construction, we didn't host one in 2024. We are bringing that back though. When we did it in 2023, the lineup of speakers was put together by Best Friends. And it was, we really appreciate what they did, but it was, it really lacked in communication about what we're doing more at the local level. So this year, we are going to be hosting one in March in the new building. And we are putting our own content together. And we've already started collaborating with the DuPage Wildlife Conservation Center to get a speaker from there, Illinois Department of Natural Resources to incorporate a speaker from their group. And then we're putting together our own content with Laura Winnie.
And I think we need to go to the mayors and the police chiefs to let them know how important it is, because I think
To
in the
attend,
Westmont
yeah.
situation, I think that community service officer was very good with animals and just went up the chain to some sergeant or something.
She was really great, yeah.
I know, but it went up to some sergeant level who said, no, we're not gonna fund that or do that, just throw it in the, at the county type thing. If it comes from the mayors and the chiefs down, I think it'll help also, but clearly.
That's a great suggestion. So we're going to promote it through the Police Chiefs Association, mayors and managers. We're also opening it up to make sure we've been in contact, the Forest Preserve District wants to send some rangers, so.
Who's our chair of intergovernmental?
Andrew.
Andrew, all right, we'll talk to
can
Andrew
put
about
Andrew
bringing that
in.
up
Sure.
at their meeting, just we can have the mayors and chiefs, because I'm gonna go meet with the Westmont chief, I'd like you to have come with, but once we talk to him, he'll make sure he pushes it down to his people. And then the last thing, we mentioned the gala coming up, those Corso puppies, I think we have two of them were adopted by the same person, and I think they routinely send us pictures and stuff. If they're in, can we set up a picture to get Chair Conroy to get a picture with them now? Because I know the invitation going out has a picture of her with that puppy,
Yeah.
and those things are like 100
Cute.
pounds now.
Yeah.
And
Did
so
you see that?
I'd like
did
to
you
put
see the
that
email?
up there at the gala. This was last year and this is this year.
Yeah, I
I
can
mean,
ask.
it's not even 9 months and those things are like 100.
Yeah, right, that's a lot.
They're like 100 pounds now, and they were, I saw that picture that went out on the advertising for the tickets and chairs holding the little puppy there. And now, the two of them that got adopted by the same family, they routinely send us, but
The Brindle boy, who was in the other picture, actually stopped in the shelter the other day and he is gigantic. He's huge.
that was like 9 months
Yeah.
ago.
Yeah.
April, it's not even, it'll
Yeah.
be a year in April, but I'd like to see, we can
Yeah, I
set
can
something
see
up
if I
with Chair
reach out and
Conroy.
see.
We could
I'll
then
see
put
what
that up at
they
the
look
gala. We could
close.
show this year, last year, and see the size of the
Sure.
dogs. Any other old business?
Quick
Yeah,
question, sorry, quick question. Did they get the deer out?
Oh, yeah, by the time, yeah, it was all the way up to the curved thing. It was in the middle, it was working its way up, but yeah, the ComEd guys, they were there with the trucks and the Illinois Conservation.
Yep.
I think is the guy. I mean, I couldn't believe how fast he was there. It must have been in the neighborhood or something, but.
Okay. It just
Or
left us
it might
on
have
like
been
a,
early.
He let you hang
hanger there, and I'm like.
And Woodridge, or he wasn't even a cop, he was a community server. He was still sitting in his car down there, but everybody else was there. But again, just to educate these guys.
Right.
Sheila,
Don't know if you've gotten any room rental stuff figured out yet?
Oh, Laura Winnie has put together some pricing. I think maybe that's something we need to revisit. Is the ability for either catering, or I know you had asked about alcohol. I don't know where we're at on any of that.
I'm gonna
But
check with
for
Connor.
the birthday parties
Whatever we need to
or
do,
just
we
meeting
need to-
stuff
Meeting
without
stuff.
catering or drinks, that's, I can make sure Laura Winnie.
Yeah, let me know what that is.
Yeah, let's get that moving on our
It is
agenda.
in my township and we are looking for a space right now.
Yeah.
So. Mhm. Well, we'd like it to be free wherever we go because we've had that. But we understand the market, I guess.
Any other old business, new business? Any new business?
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
How long were you in Hinsdale? I know we talked
5
about
years, yeah.
They also had a hard time raising money on their board, so the first thing they got rid of was their medical staff on staff. So otherwise you'd probably still be at Hinsdale, so their loss, our gain.
Thank you, thank you.
And it's a difference between a veterinarian and shelter medicine. So
Very
and you've
much,
had
yeah.
shelter medicine experience ever since you got out of Iowa State.
Mhm.
So
Yeah, I had 2 years at a small shelter in the Quad Cities, and then I moved out to a large spay neuter clinic in Indiana. Was there for about 5 years and then moved back home. 'Cause I'm from this area.
Yeah.
So, yeah.
You passed the test, you knew where Whitey's ice cream was
I
in the
did.
Quad Cities.
Yep.
So.
Mhm.
So. Any other new business? Without objection, we'll adjourn.
Welcome.
Thank you so much.
Good to have you here.
really excited.
I just wanted to.
Nice to